And this is another game that I think looks like a ton of fun, offering a lot of very puzzly decisions to the players. And this one is a competitive game, but the way that it works is that each player is going to be dealt a hand of pattern cards at the start of the game, and then players are going to be taking turns drawing a pool of dice from a bag and then rolling those dice, and you're going to be trying to place as many of those dice on your various cards in order to fulfill those patterns. Each of the cards will have different spaces that might have requirements as to the value or the color of the die that can be placed on it, and players will be able to place as many dice as they can, and they can also reserve 2 dice for the future. But there is also the additional requirement that no 2 dice can be placed side by side if they share the same color or if they share the same value. So this is another requirement that you're going to be trying to fulfill as you fill out your various locations on your pattern cards. Any remaining dice that you weren't able to use or reserve for a future turn are going to be going to the center of the table, allowing for other players to also choose from those dice when it becomes their turn and they are placing dice on their cards. This already sounds like a lot of fun to me, but there's another really cool mechanism in this game because every time you have another turn in this game, you're actually going to be drawing 1 less die from the bag, making your options smaller and smaller as the game goes on. And once players get down to only drawing 2 dice from the bag, they're actually going to be putting all their incomplete cards into the center of the table, creating an open market where any player can try to complete any of those cards. Players are going to be gaining victory points for each of the cards that they're able to complete, equal to the amount of coins that are depicted on that card. Each card also has an icon on it, and whichever player finishes a card with that icon first is going to be gaining a token that is going to be worth 2 victory points at the end of the game. The round ends once players can draw no more dice from the bag, and then you're going to be wiping any incomplete cards from the table along with any dice, putting them back in the bag, and then starting the round over again until one player reaches the amount of points to win the game, and then that player wins. And if you are interested in this one, you can find a link to it in the description below.